Hey everyone. I wanted to take a little bit of time through a video to show you some changes that I made to the syllabus to accommodate a bit more for our semester. As we all know, this was not planned, and so we're having to make some changes as we go, and we're making the best of it. I apologize if you hear my dog in the background. She's very nosy and she wants to go outside, but she has to wait. So everything is staying the same up here. No issues. In terms of the course description or objectives, required textbooks still remain the same, and as well as the videos and the articles. We're just going to be changing some things up in terms of the format. First, everything that has been changed or added is in red. I just wanted to keep you posted on that. Class attendance is still expected. I know that we have a lot going on, so I just expect the same in terms of you letting me know if there's going to be any anticipated absences or issues with getting work back to me. With this rapid change in the course format, everyone is going to be asked to attend virtually. When virtual class is required, which potentially could be the rest of the semester. We're not really sure, but that's what we're planning for. You're expected to attend the predetermined full class period. So any concerns with this, just let me know immediately and we'll figure it out. When you're attending via Zoom, make sure that you have first off a solid internet connection. Make sure you're in as quiet a space as possible with a muted volume until you're speaking. And be mindful of that, when you are muted. And then when you want to talk, making sure that you're unmuted. Be present in the meeting unless you need to take a break. I see a lot of people texting and, you can tell like when people are looking down or people are smiling about something and it's really not anything to smile about. Try to be present as much as possible, especially because our in-person or virtual classes are going to be where we're doing a lot of discussion. I want you to participate as if you were in the room, and that means informal and formal responses. So when you'd like to contribute a response, please feel free to speak up. Like there's not a way to raise your hand. Just don't feel like you're being rude and don't apologize constantly. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Just find a way to insert yourself, and I'll try to be mindful and pay attention to who's trying to get their point across. Making sure that you're providing nonverbal responses, especially as we talk so much about it. Like your head nods to indicate you're attending and that you understand information. That'll be helpful, especially because I'm someone who derives my energy off of other people. Familiarize yourself with Canvas, Zoom, and Google. These are the platforms we're going to be using for online learning. Just FYI, I know I've mentioned this already, but I'm going to be doing asynchronous and synchronous learning. You're going to be expected to do the same readings and participate, regarding the same content that I wanted you to. But when we're in person or when we're virtual, on Zoom, we're going to be doing more of the discussion stuff, and we won't be spending the whole class period doing so. Be open to feedback. I will be monitoring your attention throughout that virtual real class time. And if it appears like you're distracted or not, or doing something else, I'll give you some feedback on your performance. The expectation is that you are participating as much as possible, especially because this is a consultation class. Video discussions we're still going to do, but I have a feeling this is going to be moved a bit more to our discussion board on Canvas. So I anticipate posting questions and you responding to them. So either discussion board or Google. I'm gonna play that out and see how it goes. You've already done your case consultation number 1, and those grades are coming. I'm really sorry. I kept putting it off, and then I put it off until the last minute, and then a pandemic happens, and there we go. So that's all finished. We don't have to worry about that. With case consultation 2, you are going to get to choose between one of these options. First, you might have already started your consultation between you and a parent, and if so, I would like you to continue that, but you have the option of doing it in person or via web consultation or a mixture of the two. So say you did your first 2 sessions and you'd like to do your second 2 sessions over Zoom, you can do that. If you are doing web-based formats, you are still expected to record your sessions. I'm going to require that all of you have a Zoom account, and you can get a free Zoom account where you can do recordings of sessions up to 40 minutes. And I don't see your sessions going above 40 minutes with the parent, so I don't think that that will be an issue at all. So the focus is going to be still on addressing an academic or behavioral issue with a school-age kid, and you're still expected to follow through with everything that you did for your first case consultation. So the difference is here that you could do it via web consultation or in person. Okay. The second option you have is to do another consultation between you and a partner. You can choose someone in your cohort, either section, which is fine. You're going to engage in client-centered case consultation with a school psychologist in training. Your partner will identify a child with a known behavioral issue whom they know very well, like a kid at their practicum site, a kid they tested for Dr. Shanek's class, a kid you know in your personal life. You're going to carry out the first few stages of the problem-solving model, which would be problem ID, problem analysis, and treatment implementation stages. You're expected to still record all the sessions separately. So that's the difference, is that I don't want problem ID and problem analysis to be in the same sections or same sessions. I want these to be separated because I want you to put a lot of thought into what this looks like. You'll still be required to video record each interview and showing you with clear sound. And then you can also use the web-based format to complete your sessions if you wanted to. Or you can be in person, that's up to you. Make sure that you're familiar, with Zoom before you do any of this stuff. Make sure that you know how to record. That goes for either option. In addition to video recordings, you are going to need to complete the consent form, the consultee feedback form, and the session summaries. Now, this is the biggest difference with the projects. You wouldn't be doing a written analysis summary. You would be doing a detailed intervention plan, and I created a blank template that you can find on campus. So in lieu of the written analysis summary, you would design a detailed intervention plan using the template, and you are going to provide the following details: definition of the problem behavior, measurable goals and objectives, required resources, materials, staff training, details of the intervention plan, cultural factors, and parent involvement. And the template contains a few more questions for you to answer regarding these. And I'm sorry, I'm just realizing I don't mean to be unprepared, that these are not, or these should be here and here. So I'm gonna add these here. You'll still be required to do 8-minute clips from your videos, but you would, and also the type transcriptions. Okay, so you can choose between either of these. I would suggest that if you've already started with the parent, keep going with the option number 1. But this might be a bit more doable for you in terms of, in light of the new events that we've got going on in our world today. Field observations. I'd still like for you to try to complete these, mostly because these are part of your practicum portfolio. And I'd like for you to know how to do them for your internship portfolio. So contact me if you're concerned with these happening. The thought is that you're still going to go back to practicum after you're done with the quarantine and done with everything that's going on with the pandemic. So hold off on these. Don't tell me that you can't do them quite yet. Let me communicate with me as we move forward in terms of getting them done, because they're not due until the end of the semester. Okay, organizational change, team planning process, and in-service. This is not going to change. Actually, I think that we can still complete this very easily, even online. You're still expected to work with your same groups. The thing that I would like for you to consider, if you haven't already chosen a different problem that's occurring within your system, is how the coronavirus is impacting our students. So I put in here, you have the option of using the coronavirus pandemic and school cancellations as a system-wide problem. And as I look through this, everything else looks like it would still fit with you still doing that system-wide project. So just consider that. If you'd like to use it, you can absolutely do that too. Discussion facilitation, that's still going to remain the same. We're going to get creative with that. That's what we're going to be meeting for in terms of that real time. I want more for our time in class to be spent with the discussion facilitation. It's just going to be online. It's going to be in a different format, and you know, I'll give you good feedback as we go. I want everyone to still get that feedback that others have been getting in class. Role play participation, you know, this is going to look a little different. I don't know if we'll be able to do as many role plays as I have had in the past, but I'm going to try to get creative with it. Um, I would hope that we can return to on campus, and we can do some role plays in some capacity. But if not, you know, I'm going to try to do them via Zoom, and I'll assign you to groups, and you'll be given roles to play, and we're gonna go with it. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes, and yeah, so I think those are the biggest changes to the syllabus as of now. I'm going to be updating this as we go. Um, this week, what we'll plan to do, gosh, my spelling. We're going to talk about the adjustment to the online format. I wanted you to review this video by then. I'm just going to check in to see if there's any questions. I'm going to let you know that I'm going to have discussion questions on White Like Me and the Caldini reading up on Canvas. I'll go over that a little bit more for later. And then we'll just discuss your concerns with the class. But after that, we're going to do the discussion facilitation. So Karina and Johnny have section 1, and then section 2 will be Genesee and Brittany. So that's it in terms of the changes to the syllabus. I'm going to try to reach out to you all as much as possible via video instead of just sending emails. I feel like the human contact is important during the next 2 weeks. So in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will be in contact in some capacity soon.